Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode of This is the Police. Now, this is a game that I've never played on camera before. I'm very happy that you are here joining me. I hope that this is the type of game that you find intriguing. I saw someone play it and I was just amazed. I was like, I have to have a game like this because I was very intrigued with, kind of being in charge of the police force and sending him off to different crimes. And there's a lot of crimes and a lot of variety in this. I believe over 200. So, and I played this game a lot, and it didn't get repetitive much at all. I do have to say viewer discretion is advised. There's some adult themes that are involved here. Obviously, murder and sexual violence and so forth. It's talked about. You don't really see it. There's also a story mode, which we're going to play through. However, here's the funny thing. I'm going to skip the story. That is the cutscenes. Believe me, I played through them, and I've gotten so mixed up, and the story is so complex that you can just play the game and enjoy it, if that makes sense. Kind of like a sandbox, I guess you can say, and just skip the story and just play the different rounds. So we're going to do that. So again, viewer discretion is advised. So if you're not old enough to watch, please don't watch. And second of all, let's just enjoy and kind of ignore the story for now. All right, let's get right into the game. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy looking at new types of games. This is version 1.1.3.0. I guess you could say the game is finished, but they do add things here and there, not too often, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to do a new game, guys and gals. I have been playing, like I said, day 1, July 15th, Monday. There's some stories here that we're not really going to look at. Sometimes it's important. I believe this is my name here, Jack Boyd. I'm kind of the commissioner, basically, I don't want to say the chief, but, I tell the police what to do. I'm the guy, I'm the head of honcho. So it always starts like this, like every chapter. It's weird. I don't really know. And then it gets into the story. And so, like I said, I'm going to skip it. It gets so crazy. It goes into like the mafia, and then this family helps this family, and you don't really need to see the story to get the game, if that makes sense, because I've done the story and I kind of dropped it after about like 10 hours. So anyway, good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. So that's me, and these are all the people looking at me. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? So I could say whatever I want here, but obviously there are repercussions. So what's the difference? I've been expecting this BS from the mayor. The mayor discussed it with me, or surprise. So I could go like against the mayor. I could say that the mayor discussed it with me, and we'll just do that. Mayor Rogers told me that he wants a fresh face running Freebird PD. So no, it didn't come as a surprise. Alright, next question. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. Of course not. I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, so this corruption, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? See, I put who cares, but then there's like a nice answer it gives it that gets lumped into the category that you pick. So perhaps it's kind of like a maybe. It sounds possible. If he thinks a new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Alright guys and gals, so I skipped over a few things in terms of the story, and you can allow the tutorial to be here, but I'm going to say I'm a 60-year-old police chief a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. I kind of know my way around the game. So here's what happens. We're going to start with shift B. That's just how it is. There's a shift A and a shift B. Basically, like the one day is one shift, then the next day is B. So they work every other day, basically, morning and night. So shift B will work morning and night. The next day, everyone has a day off, and so it alternates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of lady officers, one guy. The star shows their professionalism. So obviously, Kochi's a better officer, all in all, to Price. This shows kind of their stamina, their energy, their morale. And these 3 are detectives. So let's start the day. And there are crimes. This is the city. Okay, it's kind of random gen in terms of what it looks like. I've never had one that looks like, oh, okay, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know what that was. You do have the ability of SWAT. And let me just stop it here. So let me show you a few things. You have your dispatch calls come in. You click on it. You read the story. and you decide how many officers go there. If it's a crazier crime, then you send more. Sometimes they're false calls, sometimes they're real calls, or sometimes they seem false and then they're real. So there's so much to do. This is your money, and then this is the time of day, and let's just get right to it. All right, you have to click on this or else the call will go away. So I'm going to do that. Crime in progress. Hit and run. So a married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot. Back over a homeless man. Really? So someone ran over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that it hit a bum, he got in. Wow. So, for example, these would be the best officers. Should we send the best officers? This is a guy who maybe. Let's go middle. Let's go with Tsubaki and Asano. Let's just send 2. They're not bad scores. Obviously, the better professionalism, the higher chance of them succeeding. Lower chance, the worse. Sometimes it's good to put 2 medium ones, 2 really good ones, and then like you can put maybe the best one with the worst, and then you increase their experience. All right, so you can see here they're driving. This is the red line, and they're driving. It's really cool. They're driving to the location. Here's another dispatch call. They're kind of random when they happen. Fight. The last picture showed theater. Theater manager reports that during a show of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the wood rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theaters. Okay, so someone actively fighting. So let's send in Purdy. He's kind of a larger lady who can maybe handle it. And Austin. Let's see how they do. Now, they could fail their mission or fail the call. Officers could get killed. Citizens could get killed. So it depends who you send that affects that. It's very interesting. You can hire more officers and so forth. All right, so here we go. Hit and run. It tells you the result. Oh, the offender escaped. Officers unharmed. So we lose 10 points. That's horrible. We should have picked better people. Maybe Kochi and Yancey would have been better. I don't know. It just depends sometimes. Now, obviously, you want to do your best per shift, but this is how it plays, and it's actually very interesting. You have shootouts. Okay, let's go to the fight. Offender caught. There we go. So we did pretty good. We sent the right people, and they both get 10 points. And so Purdy, their reputation or their professionalism went up, and so did Austin. So Austin's not that bad. We got to get a really good one with a really bad one so we can boost price up. All right, let's go over here. Price is really bad. 5. Armed robbery. Okay, so this is serious stuff. 3 teenagers armed with shotguns robbed a videotape store and made off with a whole collection of adult movies. Wow. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plates. The owner is Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. So here's the issue here. 3 teenagers. We're going to have to send the best people we have. Now, you notice these are blacked out because they're out on calls. So you got to be really smart who you send because now everyone's blocked out but Price. Now, you see Asano's coming back. You see that? Asano and Tsubaki. So now they'll be available now. So we have to manage this with this time and so forth. Let's go over here. Fight. Brother and sister clash with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them. And our security guard is off duty. So, let's do it. It's a fight. It's not that big. Let's send Price in with Tsubaki. See what happens. And you can see this meter. When it goes all the way up, they will reach their location. We have Purdy and Austin come back. Let's see. We have this one that's done. Oh, wow. So, armed robbery. This means something has changed in the situation. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room. So, for example, like this. Sounds of moaning and loud laughter. Sometimes it's like moaning and screaming. You could say, okay, maybe that's an attack, or maybe they're watching a movie. Like, that's what happens. It's so weird. So you have choices, and it'll affect the outcome. Knock on the door, open up, police. So you can do that. But then they could shoot you in the, there's obviously consequences. Turn on the siren loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. That might be good. Sneak into the house through an open window. Wow, they're so... Okay, we're going to do shout that the house is surrounded. Yes, offender caught, officers unharmed, what we wanted. Yeah. And they both got 10 points. That's great. Alright, Kochi and Yancey are coming back. Tsubaki will reach the location with Price in just a few seconds. And boom, let's see what happened. Oh, the offender escaped. Price really hurt me there. Because it was almost like we went alone. Ugh. Alright, let's go over here. In the ghetto, there's an assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, so they attacked a musician, a passerby. So it's one person. So Purdy did pretty good. Let's have Purdy with the Asano. Maybe Purdy can pull Asano up a little bit to 100. We'll see how that works out. We only have one officer available, guys and gals. That's a little scary. Now we have 3. There we go. All right. What else? SWAT's still available. And it's getting dark. You see, that means night has come. Almost the end of the first day, which is awesome. Oh, report for the assault. Let's look over here. Offender escaped? Really? That's a drag. I don't like seeing that. That's horrible, guys and gals. Alright, so that's the end of the day. That's it. That's how it finishes up. Purdy can come back. Let's end the day. And we'll see our results here. Nothing in terms of the detectives. Now, look at Price. It's gone down a bit. Remember, he's lost. Has he lost a little bit of points? She? He? I think it's a she. Now, of course, I think we might go into the story.
Used to be
so
when
I'm
I asked
going
Kendrick
to skip
to
it
stay
like
late.
usual. Sometimes it helps, and sometimes it affects the day, but, you know, not really, to be honest with you. From what I played, not really. Alright, guys and gals, so we are back in the locker room. Now you see Shift A. These are our new officers for the new day. They're nice and fresh for this day, so they're ready to go, ready to save the city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 detectives this time. So we have 1 less detective. Now look at this. We have stripes, 2 of them. And this is kind of like, you know, making someone a sergeant, moving him up the ranks a little bit. So let's do that. This guy already has 1 stripe. And so maybe, let's go over here. Let's give it a Vandal. I didn't see the performance, but he's the highest. So I could also give it to Beasley. It'll really help him out. I might give it to Beasley. Yep. And then 1 to Vandal. So look at that. You see how he went from to 210? So that's good. So these are our strongest officers. Another strategy might be to put it on a lower officer and make him go up. Even so, let's say this is 210. And we put it here and make this 250. And so we have 3 strong officers, if that makes sense. So yeah, we'll think about that for next time. You can put music too. We're not going to do that. Obviously, I think the music is copyrighted, so we're just going to be careful. And let's get to another day. St. John's Cathedral. There's some vandalism here. But before we get to that, let's click on the police station. So we're allowed to hire. Oh man, these are recruits. Pretty cool. 2 choices here. So let's look at Shift A, Shift B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 officers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's hire another officer for B. I usually do the highest. I don't know if that's good or not with the professionalism, because that's just how it seems to be. Okay. And I think we also need an extra Shift A. We need another detective, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do another detective. She's good for A, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's hire her. And that's about it. So we've hired a detective and a police officer. Awesome. Oh, there's also affairs here. Oh, and they add more of these later. So let's go quickly to this. We received a frightening call from the cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. Ooh, creepy. The tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel, but the abbot would not say more. So, obviously, we're going to send good people to this. Let's do Robbins and maybe, like, Grant. Not the best people out there. I mean, because obviously there's no like violent crime, right? No one can get shot, really. It's just see what happens, unless the perpetrator appears, so we don't know. Alright, vandalism. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans in his car. Okay, that's a problem. 2 teenagers. So we might have to send 3 officers to overpower. You see that? So let's send Roy and 2 really good ones. Let's do Vendal and Samadhi. Oh, no. Let's add Roy again. So hopefully that'll be okay. We have 1, 2, 3 officers. We have a really good one and 2 not so great ones. So we can hopefully maybe pair them and do a little bit better. There we go. Suspicious individual. A waitress named Mila reported that she just served a chicken Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she's seen on TV. Wow. So that could be true or false. We don't know. And I don't remember all these missions. So there's so many. The culprit's sitting at the window eating a burger. So let's add Stonewall just because it could be someone serious, and Birch. We only have Birch Jr. unfortunately. Oh, father and son. Same shift. What happened? Fender caught. Yes. Officers unharmed. 10 points. Awesome. Good job. Good job, Grant. She did awesomely. As well as, was it Robbins who went? Yeah, Robbins. Vandalism. Yes. Good job, Shift A. Oh, my voice cracked a little bit. Shift A, good job. We have officers coming back, which is fantastic. Suspicious individual. What happened? Oh, retired Officer Frank Nero. So no seriousness. Now, see, you may think, well, it's not a big deal, but they got your officers not available to use. So now these icons are different. These, basically, it's not a crime. These are people that are very important. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food and now he can't get off the bathroom. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. So it basically says send an officer. You don't have to, but you can get perks if you do. So I'm just going to send that guy, Samadhi, and see if that helps out. But look, all my officers available but him. He's going to be gone for a while though, so we got to keep that in mind. It's almost dark.
1111B in progress.
And an anonymous call just came in. Drug sales. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Oh my goodness. I told you it's adult themed. Selling crack. Okay. Let's do this. Vandal and Grant. Get the clown. Maybe it's the Joker. Oh no. Alright, let's go over here. Suicide threat. Ooh, that's a problem. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline is threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular. Really? Are you kidding me? Stovall. And, let's just send Robbins. I don't want that person to kill themselves. Let's get the best men we have. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash. And, are you kidding me? Somebody left, guys and gals. That is horrible. So we have one less officer for the night. Wow. Take it. I guess I'm going to take it. Let's go over here. We can hire another officer. Yeah, Odin Beard. So let's put him in A, obviously. I don't know if he comes in immediately. No, he doesn't come in. So I think next A. Next time A comes out. And it seems like night has fallen upon us. We obviously can't click on affairs. And there's a clown. As police arrive, a clown is seen making balloon nails for the kids. So there's choices. Watch the clown. Take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses. Cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an illicit customer. That might be good. Huh. Can we do that? Let's try that out.
1111B.
Yes, it worked, guys and gals. Vandal and Grant. Grant, you're kicking butt. Awesome. And you can click on these, guys and gals, and it tells you she's been working for 3 days, 2 successful assignments, 0 failed. Their political views you can also know, and this is good. He's not gotten any assignments because they are very weak right now. One successful assignment, and sometimes if they got a lot of failed assignments, you can fire them. So, all right, that's the end of the day. Oh, what happened in the suicide report? Oh, sweet, offender caught. Just how we like to hear it. No one killed themselves. All right, close. End the day. We didn't have to use SWAT. That's awesome. Okay, let's end the day over here. We see some people tired, especially some that didn't even do anything. I don't know how that's possible. Feminism, and there was something else about something else. I don't know. Stuff that doesn't feel like it applies to how we played. You kind of understand, like, then there's a story that kind of doesn't really affect the officers. So I don't know. I guess it's more like for fun. Okay, and these officers will start coming and asking for things, and their morale will change and so forth. So Austin says, I accidentally broke my bathroom mirror while I was getting ready for work. My dad always said there's 7 years bad luck, but I know that's a silly superstition. It'll probably only last 7 hours, but it might be a good idea for me to take off work. See, no, I'm not going to let you, because then we'll have one less officer. There's no replacement, so we're going to go no. Sometimes I have good reasons, like it's like my brother has cancer, I want to go see him, leave me, let me go, and yeah, I guess, because again, it affects the morale. So let's go to the map. I think we're going to stop here, guys and gals, because we only have a few minutes to go. And so I'm going to pause it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. If you want to see more of This is the Police, let me know. Lots of cool missions, lots of interesting things. You can have officers killed, you can have huge riots, SWAT, such cool stuff. You can add machinery. It's really, really cool. Again, let me know what you think in the comments, and give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and subscribe to see more content. I'll see you all next time, and don't forget, be hopeful.